Welcome, teachers! This is your new True Touch display from Newline Interactive. In this video, we're going to show you how to use the True Touch. So let's get started. You can have multiple devices connected to your True Touch display at one time. We're going to show you how to connect your computer as well as other devices like a document camera. Many teachers will not have to connect their computers to the display because their computers will already be connected through a wall plate. But if you'd like to connect an external laptop, or if your desktop computer becomes disconnected, it's good to know how to connect to the display. To connect a computer to the display, you'll need two cables. First, you'll need an HDMI cable. This transmits the picture and the sound to the display. Second, you'll need a USB cable. The USB cable gives us the touch response. When you see waiting for connection on the green screen, you know that your computer is not yet connected to the display. First, take the HDMI cable and plug it into an available HDMI port in the back of the display. Take the other end of the HDMI cable and plug it into the HDMI port of your computer. When you see HDMI on the green screen, now you know you've got a signal from your computer. Tap the source to call up your computer. Remember, you don't have touch until you plug in the USB cable. Take the micro USB end of the USB cable and plug it into the available touch port in the back of the display. Take the other end of the USB cable and plug it into the USB port of your computer. That sound lets us know that we've plugged in the USB cable. Now, touch your finger to the screen and test for a touch response. When you see that you have touch, you're ready to use your computer on the screen like a giant mouse pad. In this section, we're going to look at how to connect your document camera directly to the True Touch display. You can use a document camera that has an HDMI or a VGA connection. In this case, we're going to show the document camera connected to the display with a VGA cable. First, take your VGA cable and plug it into the VGA out port of the document camera. Next, take the VGA cable and plug it into the VGA port in the back of the display. Make sure that your document camera is turned on, then you'll see VGA appear on the screen. Now, tap the source. You're ready to use the annotation tools to write on your document. To call up the annotation tools, tap the bottom of the display above the Newline logo. To write on the screen, tap the marker, hold it down, and select the color and thickness that you'd like. Now that your computer is projecting onto the display, you can do things just as you always do. You can connect to the internet, access documents on the cloud, browse the web, play videos, and use apps and software programs just like you always do. First, let's make sure you're connected to the internet. Tap your Wi-Fi signals and look for the wireless network that you normally connect to. Now that I'm connected to the internet, I can open up my browser and go on the web. Now that we're connected to the internet, we can browse the web. First, we'll open our browser. Here, we're on Google Maps. We have pinch to zoom so that we can zoom in, zoom out, and keep zooming out. Now we've got a big blue marble that we can spin around and go anywhere in the world. Next, we'll open a new page. To look for a page, tap the URL line, then call up your on-screen keyboard. Type the page you're looking for, In this case, we'll go to Starfall. Exit out of your keyboard, and let's learn to read.
T. P. Tiger. What are you doing in there, Tiger? Whoa, look at his teeth. Whoa.
In this section, we're going to look at streaming video. You can adjust the sound of the front-facing speakers and your computer as well as the app. To adjust the sound of the front-facing speakers on the display, you can use the remote or you can control the volume with the front panel. Next, I can control the volume output of my computer. Finally, I'll control the volume in YouTube or whatever app I'm using. When I'm ready to go full screen, I can just tap the full screen icon. And that's all there is to streaming video. You can use PowerPoint or any other presentation program like Keynote or Visio or Google Slides on your TrueTouch display. Here we have a PowerPoint. First, you'll want to go full screen. Once you're in full screen mode, you can advance the slides by swiping from right to left. You can go backward by swiping from left to right. You can also control the slides with the remote control. Forward and backward. PowerPoint has its own built-in annotation tools. Other programs that have their own inking features include Microsoft Word, Excel, and Adobe. To use the built-in inking tools, tap the outer edge of the screen. Select your pen and your color, and now you can annotate on the screen. When you exit out of full screen mode, you'll get a message. If you keep your annotations, they'll become JPEG images that you can edit out of the file. Otherwise, you can simply discard them. Your TrueTouch display comes with its own built-in operating system that gives you basic functionality with or without a computer connected. You can navigate around the built-in operating system using this toolbar at the bottom. The Home button will always bring you back home to this green screen. Next is the File Manager that shows us any open programs. To close programs not in use, simply swipe upward. You also have a whiteboard, a gallery, access to external storage, your settings button, browser, search bar, and applications grid. To use the display's built-in whiteboard, tap the whiteboard icon. Select your marker, then hold it down, and select the color and thickness that you would like. Begin writing. You also have a highlighter and an eraser. Tap the eraser Use one finger for a fine gesture and all 5 fingers for a big gesture. You also have a back step button. And to clear the slide, you can tap the folder and select Clear Slide. You can go into the Whiteboard settings and select New Page to open a second slide. You can change backgrounds and perform other commands in the Whiteboard settings. You can use those built-in annotation tools to write over any content from any source. Here, we're projecting my computer and a web page, Google Maps. We can call up the annotation tools by tapping the screen above the Newline bezel. Select your marker and then write. To capture a snapshot, hit the camera button. You'll find that image stored in the gallery. To get to the gallery, go to the green home screen, then tap the gallery button. You can use the built-in operating system to open files on a thumb drive. You can open any common files, including PDFs, PowerPoints, Word docs, spreadsheets, and JPEG images. To do this, open the front panel of the display and insert your thumb drive into the USB port labeled Android. Now, tap your external storage button and locate a file you'd like to open. Select the application to open the file. You can pinch to zoom, scroll through your document, then use the annotation tools to write on your file. If you have questions or need help, we'd like to hear from you. Visit our knowledge base page where you'll find some short training videos as well as some product information. You can also contact support. Email us at support@newline-interactive.com. You can also call one of the support numbers that you see here. Be sure to check us out on YouTube, where you'll find our Educators Tutorial Series. We hope you have a great experience with your TrueTouch, and we look forward to hearing from you.